Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're stepping into the really opulent but also quite chilling world of Oscar Wilde's classic, The Picture of Dorian Gray.
That's right.
Our source is a comprehensive summary, yeah, but our mission here is, well, it's more than just retelling the story.
Definitely.
We're aiming to pull out the most powerful insights and, figure out why this story still resonates so much.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, let's unpack this.
So it was first published way back in 1890, right?
1890, yes. And The Picture of Dorian Gray is just this profound, often pretty unsettling look at human nature, art, morality, the whole package. Our goal here is really to distill the essential nuggets for you, offer you a kind of shortcut, not just to the plot points, but to understanding its deeper, enduring impact.
Absolutely. So the story kicks off in Victorian London. We meet Dorian Gray, incredibly handsome young man.
Almost unrealistically so.
Right. And he's admired, almost worshipped by people around him, especially the artist Basil Hallward.
Basil, yes.
Basil is completely captivated by Dorian's innocence, his beauty, and he decides to paint this portrait, one he thinks captures Dorian's, pure soul. What is it about that initial painting? Why is Basil's view so key right at the start?
Well, the interesting thing is Basil isn't just painting what he sees. He's trying to capture an ideal.
Okay.
This untouched symbol of youth and purity. He sees Dorian as this almost spiritual muse.
Wow.
And the painting is meant to be that unspoiled essence. It's very idealized and maybe a bit dangerous too, sets the stage for all the conflict later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And right at this point, this other powerful force enters Dorian's life, Lord Henry I.
Lord Henry, quite the character.
He's witty, incredibly cynical, an aristocrat, and his influence on Dorian is immediate and huge.
Oh, absolutely. He basically introduces Dorian to this philosophy of, radical hedonism.
Right, aestheticism too.
Yes, but a twisted version of it. He tells Dorian, beauty and youth are the only things that matter. Life should just be lived for sensation, no moral strings attached.
Why is that so tempting for Dorian? What makes it stick?
Well, it's more than just go have fun. Lord Henry makes it sound like an art form. The art of living without consequences, almost like watching your own life as a play.
Huh, detached.
Exactly. And for a young, impressionable guy like Dorian, it feels like liberation. Freedom from boring old morality, from guilt, from the fear of getting old. It's Wilde really taking a shot at that kind of superficiality.
And Dorian, totally taken with himself, and now with Lord Henry's ideas, makes this fateful wish.
The big one.
He actually wishes that the portrait Basil painted would age and show all the, sins and marks of time while he stays young and perfect forever.
Yeah, it's not just a casual wish, is it? He's literally outsourcing his soul, his conscience to the painting.
Whoa, okay.
Exactly. And the fact that the wish is granted, well, that's where Wilde really digs in.
So Dorian dives into this life of pursuing pleasure.
Perpetual youth, endless sensations.
While the portrait, hidden away, starts changing, getting grotesque.
It becomes this visual record of his moral decay. A constant reminder, hidden but always there, judging him.
It's like Wilde isn't just using magic for plot, but for the psychological torment it creates.
Precisely. Hiding his true self actually makes him more aware of how monstrous he's becoming. It's a really deep insight into self-deception, isn't it?
So he plunges headfirst into hedonism, moral decay.
Yeah.
Indulging in everything you can imagine.
All without a single line appearing on his face.
Meanwhile, that portrait in the attic is becoming this just horrifying record, a secret diary of his darkness.
Yeah.
How does the secrecy of it all play into things? That conflict between how he looks and who he is.
Oh, it creates this intense psychological pressure. Outwardly, Dorian's perfect. He keeps up appearances in polite Victorian society. But inwardly and visibly in that painting, he's rotting. It starkly highlights that gap between appearance and reality, especially in an era obsessed with public image.
And his relationships suffer. They just become tools for him.
Absolutely. Look at Sybil Vane, the young actress. He's cruel to her, abandons her when she stops being artistic enough for him.
Then she tragically takes her own life.
Yes. It's the first really stark demonstration of the real human cost of his lifestyle. His unchecked indulgence has lethal consequences.
And Dorian, he seems outwardly unmoved, but the portrait gets uglier.
Exactly. And over the years, his reputation starts to sour. People whisper about him.
Right. The rumors spread about his cruelty, his selfishness.
Yet he still looks like this charming, innocent young man. It's quite chilling how he maintains that facade.
Is that Wilde commenting on Victorian hypocrisy, do you think?
I think it absolutely is. It shows the dangers of vanity, yes, and selfishness. He puts his desires above everyone else. But it's also a sharp critique of a society that values that surface appearance above everything.
Okay.
If you look the part, you can get away with murder. Almost literally, later.
And the source mentions he gets paranoid. Isolated.
Increasingly so. The portrait weighs on him. He becomes obsessed with hiding it, pushes people away, even old friends like Basil. He can't stand the guilt the painting represents.
And then Basil comes back into the picture.
Yeah.
Confronts him.
Yeah, Basil pleads with him, change your ways, what's happened to you? He still sees some good in Dorian, or wants to.
To Dorian,
Yeah.
he snaps. He's terrified Basil will expose him.
And in that fear and rage, he does the unthinkable. He murders Basil.
It's not just a crime, is it? There's a deeper meaning there.
Oh, hugely significant. The murder of Basil is like Wilde, showing the ultimate destruction of innocence and even creation itself.
How so?
Basil was the artist. He saw and painted Dorian's original beauty, his potential, and now he's destroyed by the very person he admired, by the monster Dorian allowed himself to become.
Wow.
It really drives home the consequence of living without that moral compass, how unchecked ego leads to destroying the very things that once inspired beauty.
So, haunted by guilt, despair, Dorian makes one last move. He decides he has to destroy the portrait.
Thinks it'll free him somehow, erase the sins.
He takes the knife, the same one he used on Basil, wasn't it?
Chillingly, yes. And he stabs the painting.
And then, what happens? What's the irony there?
Well, in that final act, the magic, the curse, whatever it was, breaks. The portrait instantly reverts.
Back to how Basil painted it. Beautiful.
Exactly. Young, innocent Dorian on the canvas. But Dorian's body, it instantly reflects all the years of sin, all the corruption.
So he becomes the horror.
He becomes old, withered, hideous, unrecognizable until they identify him by his rings. He dies, essentially killed by the weight of his own sins made manifest. It's the ultimate consequence. Wilde saying you just can't escape accountability.
So, wrapping this up,
Mm-hmm.
what does it all really mean? The picture of Dorian Gray, it's clearly digging into some big themes.
Definitely.
That conflict between appearance and reality is huge. The dangers of vanity, selfishness. What happens when you live without any kind of moral guide?
Right.
And it's really stark warning about hedonism too, isn't it? That relentless chase for pleasure above all else.
Absolutely. And if you zoom out a bit, Wilde's novel serves as this powerful cautionary tale. It's about the incredibly high price you pay for sacrificing your soul, basically, for eternal youth and pleasure. It suggests there's this inherent moral balance,
Yeah.
accountability. You might delay it, but you can't ultimately escape it. Wilde masterfully shows that real beauty isn't just surface level, and it certainly doesn't last without some kind of moral character underpinning it.
Which leaves us and leaves you listening with a final thought to chew on, maybe. In our world today, which often feels pretty obsessed with looks, with staying young forever,
Yeah.
what kind of portraits are we maybe hiding away?
Yeah.
What might be the unseen cost of our own chases for pleasure or for looking perfect? What does this story, after all this time, really tell us about what beauty actually is
Yeah.
and about